Hello, I'm Thom Smith, and today I'm doing a review of this great, criminally underrated TV show that's unfortunately canceled only has 2 seasons, but it's one of the coolest TV shows I've seen in a while, Alphas. So, to summarize what Alphas is it's this. What if you had X-Men meets the X-Files, essentially? So, having that mystery solving situation with weird superpowered people while having a group of essentially X-Men like characters, so to speak. And that's what Alphas essentially is. And ironically, one of the creators of the show actually worked on the original X-Men films. I think he was like one of the script writers of it. And because of the premise, it's fucking awesome. This is a great TV show, and I'm genuinely serious. The fact that a show like this is canceled, this is one of the better superhero TV shows that have been made. Um, and one of the reasons I think it works is there's just these great characters in there with a cast and everything, and the cast is all around perfect. You got the leader who's like the psychiatrist person. Then you got all the cool people with the abilities. The one guy who can just do perfect shots of everything, like he can do ricochets like that. Super strength guy. You got a woman who has these cool senses. She can like sense everything miles away, like hear, smell, and enhance smelling and hearing and things of that nature because quasi mystery series. Then you got the guy who basically can read all the internet in his head, and then of course who has a form of autism. Gary, yeah, that's it. Gary's name, and then the super strong guy is Bill. And actually, one of my favorite episodes is with Bill and Gary. And yeah, anyways, and then you got the lady that can basically mind read people. So yeah, it ends up being just a really great and cool series dealing with secret government organizations as well as uh, not government organizations but secret organizations from the alphas and all the stuff that happens with that. And it just ends up being a really great series with really good world building and characters and great character interactions and just some really awesome stories. I mean, the whole season is a real banger to us. I think the only issue that I can honestly give is just a, and this is more of a nitpick than it is like a major criticism. But in the finale, which is mostly a good episode and it has a great ending hook for the next season, but in the finale, the one issue that does occur is you find out who the new bad guy leader is in that episode, which is great. And they find out a group of people called by the bad guy is set in motion, and basically the psychologist leader dude, he basically works out that this is a ploy to stop this little subgroup of the bad guy, the main bad guy's gang, because the main bad guy doesn't want alphas to be known. He wants it kept secret, and the government and all the governments probably, but the government in the series alphas, they've been making sure that alphas are hidden, that they're secret, that nobody knows they exist, and they don't know about their secret, prison for the alphas, which they have, and that actually ends up being one of the awesome episodes of the end of, towards the end of the season. One of the guys in their team is a traitor, so they get kidnapped and forced to be in Bennington, which is the name of the prison, and they have to try and figure out who the traitor is while starting to distrust each other. And it's just it's a really good episode. And then there's other episodes like there's this guy who has the ability of sonar, and this woman that isn't invisible, but she can be in that one part of the eye where you can't see. And that's actually one of the interesting things about the way the superheroes are handled in this. What they do with the superheroes is it's partially like in the case of Daredevil, because like I said, Gary, who can read everything on the internet, he has autism. So there's that kind of aspect that the show does play around with, this sort of kind of like Daredevil in the sense of, you have these amazing abilities and powers, but you also have this disability at the same time, kind of thing. And they do a good job with that with Gary, and um, uh, one of the persons that Gary actually starts liking in earlier in the season that also has a kind of similar thing as Gary. But the other aspect, I think, is the way they try and ground everything by taking enhanced abilities that we personally have. What I mean by this is like we all have certain skills and skill sets as people. And what alphas are is basically take a normal skill set and enhance it greatly. So, like, you know, let's say you're good at firing a shot, but you can go farther than that as an alpha, that sort of thing. Or you can apply that to anything, like in the case of that woman in the episode with the Sonner guy, where they're holding this prisoner and trying to figure out what's his deal and so forth. In that episode, it's not that she's invisible; it's that she can be in a spot where you can't see a person. It's stuff like that that makes the show really interesting with the abilities. There's actual woman there that her ability is just being a technical genius, but again enhanced because of the alpha ability. So I think that's one of the coolest and most interesting things about alpha abilities. Take ordinary things or normal things that people can do and enhance them to a greater extent, while still having the occasional traditional superpower like super strength and so forth. But yeah. So the mystery stuff that happens is great. There's so many good episodes in the series overall. I mean, I just really love the entire season. I think the show, it's tragic that I got canned, but you know, it's still worth it, even if just watch it for the episodes. But yeah, Alphas definitely give it a shot, because it's pretty good. Okay, see ya, see you later. Bye, bye, bye.